Hi, welcome back to the live web feed for the Sedona International Film Festival, where you can catch all of our archives later at sedona.biz. I am here with Jordan Camp and Jeff Rosenberg, who have maybe the greatest tagline ever of this festival, just because it's very original. Please
We're a little
describe
out there.
what it is. What's the name?
Our movie is called Orenthal the Musical, and it is a story of a theater company staging an Othello-based O.J. Simpson musical. And the leader of that theater company is Eugene Olivier, and he is played by Jordan Camp.
Fantastic. This sounds like it was something very fun to make.
Yeah, it was pretty much the entire cast and crew are friends of mine. Either Jordan and I first met at Ohio University. We were both theater majors together. And a lot of the people in the movie were theater majors with us at Ohio. Then there are a lot of people that I met once I moved out to LA, some people Jordan met in New York, and just sort of just like an avalanche just kept rolling, and we just kept sort of adding people into our zany world of OJ musicals.
So is this your first time as a lead role, or?
Yeah, I guess it would be. I mean, like Jeff said, we've been working together since early 2000s, and worked on some other film projects together as well as theater stuff. It's sort of, this had been in the pipeline for a while, early drafts going back years, and we'd always sort of tried to figure out when the best time to do it was going to be, and it happened to be now.
Have you been in any other films that we need to know about?
You know what? I actually have a short that's playing that I'm the lead of a short that's playing at Phoenix Film Festival that's coming up called Next Life. What?
Yeah, next month at the Film Fest.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's
What's that?
that was from the ether. Someone just called.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone just called and said, "Don't talk about that movie
Yeah,
yet.
Don't, please, yeah.
don't plug that
I
yet."
think it's announced, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, there you go. Jordan's in a short at the Phoenix Film Festival.
And you've been to several film festivals with this movie.
Yeah, we premiered at Michael Moore's Film Festival, which was very cool. He's a big supporter of the film. And then after that, we played at Woodstock Film Festival. We were finalists for Best Narrative. We just played in the Santa Barbara Film Festival 3 weeks ago. After this, we're going straight to Idaho for the Sun Valley Film Festival. Then we're going to Cleveland. Then we're going to 4 other places I'm not allowed to announce. I think.
Fantastic. So
Something like that.
we were talking earlier, and you were saying, I asked you how this film came about, because it is a pretty original idea. So
Yeah,
can you give us
I
a
was
little...
I was a playwriting major in college. We're sitting in class doing critical analysis of Othello, and I was obsessed with the O.J. Simpson trial when I was a kid. I was 13 years old when the trial happened. I grew up in an extremely integrated town, and so we were just it was the most engrossing thing that had ever happened in my life to that time. So I'd always been obsessed with the O.J. trial. And so we're studying Othello, and I'm sitting there thinking about the relationship between Iago and Othello and Desdemona, and I just start piecing together that it's very, very similar. Like the comparisons between Ronald Goldman and Cassio, there's a lot of them if you really break it down. And so I just literally just grabbed my books, left in the middle of class, went to my dorm room. Am I allowed to swear? Or should I not
Absolutely,
swear?
we're on the web.
Great! I wrote a song called Let's Drive This Fucking Bronco Right Off the Road. And then that was the first moment where
And
this
by
became
writes a
an
song, it means he wrote the lyrics and then sort of sang
idea. Yeah,
it,
I would
because
write...
He doesn't write music or sing.
I don't do any of those things. But I write lyrics, sort of, because I saw a lot of musicals with my mom as a child. I actually think I saw a production of Evita in Scottsdale when I was 9 years old. And my grandma and my older sisters, and they all sat together, and I sat by myself next to this guy who looked like the Monopoly Man. It was a weird experience.
And so that was your first foray into, like, I've got to write a musical. And this
Yeah,
is what
so
I'm doing.
pretty much it all happened in Scottsdale.
But it was you wanting to write a musical and then realizing that you didn't want to actually put up the musical because
Yes.
it's crazy. So
It's
let's make a
completely-
movie about a guy who would put up the musical.
Now, there is music in this movie,
Yeah, we
correct?
ended up putting up in downtown LA in a cardboard box warehouse. We put up about an hour and a half of a musical because I didn't want it to feel like it wasn't a real musical. So it's not a fully realized story, but like, the love songs, the ballads, the opening number, the closing number, all those things we have. So we performed, over an hour of full-on musical numbers that then we ended up that made up the movie. But initially it was, I didn't want to be the guy who made an O.J. Othello musical because that, I wasn't ready to make that statement. So the big realization for me was, who would do that? And that was the character that Jordan plays. That's the guy who thinks this idea is good enough to actually pursue it and make it.
Was it fun? I mean, did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was awesome. And then too, I think I can speak for a couple of my fellow castmates, Larissa and Malcolm. I know people, when we first started filming, it was a thing where we're thinking to ourselves, like, are people going to be upset about this? I mean, I think you can come and laugh and have a good time at our film. Maybe some people think that there's some distasteful elements to it. But, it was one of those things where we're like, man, we're just going for it, though. We're just going to do it. And then working with all of our friends, you can't ask for anything more than that. Like, that's what, if you do anything else for the rest of your life, you just make movies with your friends.
But really, if you're not getting some sort of reaction,
yeah,
it's not even worth
what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Well,
So good for you for even thinking that might happen, and hope that it does.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just left. There are a lot of wonderful films here. We just saw I Am Divine, and, watching John Waters and Divine, what they did, we don't go anywhere near that extreme, but, that's ultimately, the reason for independent film, I think, is to make films that maybe aren't as safe and easy that the studio system is going to put through, so.
Is there a place our watchers can go to see the trailer, to get in touch, to send information?
Yeah, we're OrenthalTheMusical.com.
No. OJ?
No, we have both.
Oh, we have
so
both.
We're changing the title to OJ the Musical, but we haven't
Which we
changed
think
it yet.
is much better.
Yeah, no one has any idea what Orenthal is. I'll be at these film festivals and I'll tell people oh, I made this movie Orenthal the Musical, and 1 out of 20 people will be like, oh, is that an OJ musical? So now that we are just OJ the Musical, people hopefully will know what we made better. We're streamlining it. The show within the movie is still called Orenthal, so he's still putting up Orenthal the Musical. But anyhow, OrenthalTheMusical.com.
OJTheMusical.
OJTheMusical.com. Our Twitter is OJ the Musical. On Facebook doesn't like changing your page name. We're OJ the Musical right now, but pretty much just Google OJ Simpson Musical and you will find us all over the place.
Fantastic. There is a trailer attached?
Yeah,
to this,
we have a teaser trailer that's out, and then we're working out details for a release hopefully this summer.
Man, I wish you guys the best of luck here.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. I mean, you've won Best Narrative at a festival. Let's see, where you go with this one. I mean,
thank you very,
good
very
luck.
much. Yeah, we've had a good time so far, and we're very excited to be here.
Sedona's beautiful.
Oh, glad you love it.
Yeah,
We're
awesome.
so glad that you love it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. We got some really good Instagrams. Yeah.
Say goodbye to the web audience, everybody.
Goodbye, Internet.
Later, guys and gals.
And guys.